Friggin' right, boys. It's day 2 of the annual beer spraying festival. I do hope not, fellas. I do hope not. But I couldn't resist uploading that little ditty, sharing the misery. And people found it amusing, which is what it's all about. So I thought I'll get back in when I've got a bit more time, because I was rushing about. That's what happened. Hooked up the Blichmann, got the pressures wrong for feeding the keg, so that's why I had a bottle of half beer, half head, and as I was trying to rectify it, I pressed the wrong button. But anyway, fellas, we're back in. We've got a bit more time. I'm not as rushed, a bit more prepared. I'm going to do a little bit of bottling, only a little bit, because there's a couple of people at work that have been pestering me for bottles, and also this pale ale is possibly going to be the next collaboration beer brewed up at Ard Valley Brewery. So me and Harry got to talking, said we're going to do another one. I come up with the recipe, and it all looks good on paper, as they all do. They all look, alright on papers. When you start tasting them, that things may need changing. For me, before it was even ready, before it was even carved up, I was drinking it non-stop. It was just going down a treat, and I was impressed with it. And it's not often I'm really impressed with something that I've done. I'm really critical about the stuff I'm sort of putting out and making, and it's more rewarding with a pail, because there's nowhere to hide with a pail. You really do sort of learn how to adjust the way you're doing stuff. You get to sort of brush up on your kettle skills and fermentation temps and scheduling properly, so instead of it running over, keeping on ball with it, because in a pail there's nowhere to hide. So if you've done something wrong, even the slightest thing, you tend to know about it, because the malt bill's really simple, and so there's nowhere to hide. No complex flavours for off flavours or anything that may have occurred to hide in. So I'm going to bottle some up and send it to Harry. I've got some in for you as well, Chris, Mr. Froggatt. Send you a couple in there as well, and we'll see what he thinks. With that all done and said, let's see if we can't spray beer everywhere again. Friggin' rights. So we've got the bottles filled with sanitizer, and I like to fill them full and leave them full, because any little fruit flies or dust or anything that's floating about, it'll just land on top, and then you can empty it out. So there's definitely nothing in that bottle when you start to fill it. The caps are sanitising. The Blichmann gun is sanitising, and I even sanitised, I even sanitised this gas line, because it's all sort of blowing bits about. So I'll empty that out. I'll just pull the gas trigger. I know how to do that at least. Drain the sanitizer out of there. So that's all done and ready. The beer line is in here as well. Beer line is in here, and as you can see, it's got the tap on but not tightened up, so as to let the sanitizer out, and hook the beer line up to the gun. There we go, so we're ready to rock and roll with that. Right, the gas pressure. The gas pressure. I want to knock the pressure down and leave a couple bar in there. We may adjust it depending on how the flow is going through the gun. Looks alright to me, fellas. Just a bar or two in there. Gas in. So that's a quick disconnect gas that's going to be purging. Yeah. So that's it. We're ready to bottle. And I figured I'd film this because friggin' rights. Because that's what we do. we make films. So let's spray this up. Take off the pail. There we go. Sanitizer. There we go, fellas. There we go. Hooked up. Ready to start. So I'll just run this through, just so we know we've got beer coming through the line. Let's friggin' start. So what you're supposed to do with this Blichmann gun, those of you that got it know, probably do it better than me obviously, but use the gas to purge, so you're purging the bottle with CO2, and then you fill the bottle like so. The star sand coming out right to the top. When you remove it, you purge the top headspace with more CO2. And capper. And it's as simple as that. Do one more, and then we'll rattle through the rest quickly. Right, next bottle. Purger. And filly woo wah. Filly woo wah. That looks like a good speed to me. You don't want it any quicker, otherwise you end up with half a bottle of beer, half a bottle of head. Purge the lid. And on with the cap. Oh, friggin' right! That's it, boys. That's it, we've done it. We friggin' did it. And we made no squirty. Oh, story of my life. Story of my life, boys. But that's it. Oh my god. Oh, so that's it. We've done it. Without spraying beer everywhere, friggin' rights we have. We've bottled the beer, friggin' rights, not everywhere, so we managed it. I like the Blichmann gun. I'm glad I bought it. It's a good bit of kit to just have in your toolkit in the brewery, I guess. Mainly because you can just bottle what you want when you want. If you want to bottle one bottle to send it off with someone, you can just bottle one bottle and that's it. No mess, no hassle. Well, no mess, friggin' rights if you're doing it right. But yeah, before I had the gun, if I wanted to do any bottling, because I keg, I would have to get the beer ready to go into the keg, hook up the auto siphon with the bottling wand, get as many bottles as I think I might need, prime them, get the beer through the wand into the bottles, cap them, and then take the wand off, making sure everything's still sanitised, get the rest into the keg. It's a ball ache. So with the Blichmann gun, no problems at all. You just keg it, get it conditioned, get it how you want it carved up, and then decide to bottle one bottle, bottle 10, bottle the full batch straight off the keg, and you don't get any sediment from secondary fermentation. Friggin' rights. So we're going to get these labelled up and shipped off, and that's it. That is it for another video, guys. For another video. So don't forget to thumb up this video because there's no more to do. Don't forget to subscribe. There's a little red button there. So subscribe, click it. You won't miss out what's coming up next. Share the video. Get it out there for all to see. And until next time, I'm out of here.